ML Sports Take here, brought to you by the Allen Angus Pub and Jam and Beats. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. The key for me for Syracuse beating Wake Forest 35-31, finishing 6-6 and becoming bowl eligible, it was the third down situation. 12 of 17 Syracuse. They were nearly perfect on third down when you think about it. I mean, yeah, they had 5 where they didn't convert, but when you go 12 of 17 on third down in a football game with that many possessions and a time of possession over 34 minutes to Wake's 25:02, that is something that spells really, really nicely in terms of getting it to a victory. And I thought that, look, Kern and Schrader and all these guys, Carney and Allen, both teams fought really, really hard. Close game. They play electric, unbelievable games, these two squads. They have the last few years. Wake Forest, 4-18. But you know what? It was a third down efficiency. It was LaQuinn Allen. It was Garrett Schrader being able to throw it a little bit so you didn't have to keep throwing out the same BS offense, the Wildcat. Oh, here we go. We're running it again. I wonder how you're going to be able to stop that. Oh, yeah, stack the box. But this is a typical game that I've been talking about with this whole Dino Babers firing and all this other stuff with Syracuse, where they do the late October, November swoon. It's very, very simple. Syracuse competing with Clemson and Florida State with their success, their powerful NIL and transfer portal facilities, their history, their coaches, their resources, their stadiums, their fan bases. You're not going to compete with those two teams. And it's funny because I talked to James Bates yesterday, who was a captain of the 96 Florida team, because he was doing color on the CW6 broadcast that I was doing stats for. And he was like, I just don't think you can compete with them. And how much does a fan base really hang around for that? I'm thinking, well, North Carolina and Duke have been dominating for the better part of 70 or 80 years in the ACC. And you don't see Wake fans and NC State fans disappearing. You don't see Syracuse fans and Pitt and BC and Miami fans disappearing. In fact, Miami made a Final Four last year. So Duke and Carolina in basketball, I think it's kind of similar to the Florida State Clemson thing with football. Like, yeah, okay, well, how long are we going to hang around here if they're just going to keep dominating? Well, Florida State lost their quarterback. They're at the top of the league right now, but Clemson's down a little bit, and Syracuse had that game at home for the taking. They just made too many errors. Schrader fumble, Allen fumble, dropping pick sixes across the board. These are the games, however, having said all that you have to win. The Wakes and the Pitts and the BCs in a standalone against Virginia Tech where you weren't competitive this year. These games, Georgia Tech on the road, like these are the games Syracuse, coin flip games. If you have, 8 games in the ACC and 5 of them are coin flip games. If you go 3-2, your schedule's a lot different. Syracuse probably goes 7-5, 8-4. If they could have won 2 more of these games, 1 more of these games, obviously by the math, they would have gone, with that record as well. So just got to win more of these games. That's what this program needs. That's where they're at right now. 7-5, 8-4, much different than a 500 record or a 5-7 record collapsing late. They've got to win more of these games like they did yesterday. ML Sports Take brought to you by Rosie's Corner, Brewer Hardware, and our great friends at Stumble and Monkey Brewing Company.